Whenever you're viewing a house together, don't go crazy. 90% of buyers, 99% actually, make an offer verbally.
What should I have done in those 7 to 8 minutes?
Our industry, there's a lot of emotion. Just put it through in writing like you're supposed to do your job and come back to me.
Someone's selling you a house, but you're kind of selling yourself.
Estate agents are humans, believe it or not. Some buyers really don't like that idea.
The most money I've ever spent in my entire life was buying a house for the first time. And I spent about 7 or 8 minutes in the property and then walked out with my wife and we went, that's a great property. We'd love to get that.
Crazy, isn't it?
We put an offer in and we got it. What should I have done in those 7 to 8 minutes? Because when I left, there were so many questions I had in my mind and I realised that I had no process. I'd given no thought as to the information I should collect or what I should look out for. I was just excited and kind of just imagining myself in it. So what's your top advice to someone when they walk into a property and they've got that 5 to 8, 10 minutes? What should they be doing and thinking about?
Nothing other than, could this be us? I find it actually, you spend longer and make a more informed research decision when buying a car for 10 times less the value. And you can test drive a car as well. You can't test drive a house. But I'm a massive believer that in that initial viewing, if you know, you know, then it's the second viewing. Then it's your solicitors. Then it's all those questions, you know, oh, I noticed they've got a new double glazing. Let's check they've got a fence certificate for that and building reg sign off. Oh, I noticed they've got a home office in the garage. Just make sure they've done that properly. But they're all the things that your legal advisors, and if you have a buying agent, which you should definitely have when buying a house, will help you with. But all you need to know is, we love it. And I don't even think it's so bad letting the agent know that you love it at times, because some agents, and I've said in the past, you know, whenever you're viewing a house together, don't go crazy over it in front of the estate agent because he's rubbing his hands together. But what supersedes that advice is what you might love it, but that has no relevance to what you are able or prepared to pay for it. And most sellers in the family move market that we move in a lot, we don't work too much in the investment markets and stuff, but in the home mover market, Mrs. Jones, that has been there 40 years and brought up her 3 kids there, would love the idea of Paul and wife and child on the way, moving in and making it their 40-year family home. So there's our industry, there's a lot of emotion. So if you can say to the seller or the agent, we really love it, can you pass that on to the seller? We've got our first baby due in the next couple of weeks. If you can see that it's a family house and there's been kids there that have flown the nest, that'll probably go for you versus someone that's doesn't know nothing about.
Yeah, I'm glad you said that, because me and Georgia did do that. Me and Georgia were like, we're looking to start a family, first home, no chain, really excited. We kind of, that naturally came out when we were looking around, and I could see, because I've spent a lot of time in my career sat in front of people and try to work out what they're thinking and where they're coming from, just the nature of the work that I did. And I could see in the agent, they were like, that was well received. They're like, okay, they like that. You're a first time buyer, great.
Yeah.
You're excited, do you know what I mean? And you're starting a family, that's kind of something.
And you should always, 90% of buyers, 99% actually, make an offer verbally. So they call up on a Saturday afternoon or Monday morning and make their offer over the phone. They should always immediately follow up with a written formal offer, attaching their proof of deposit, solicitor's details, mortgage advisor's details, mortgage agreement principle. So the agent is thinking, this buyer's on it. And they're
so just let them know you're serious. Just be like, there's our phone offer and bang, there's the info. We're easy. We're good to go.
I'd have the email drafted before you speak to them. Speak to them, put the phone down, hit send. And you would say, hi, Paul. Lovely just to chat a minute ago regarding our offer. Please see attached all the information you need. And estate agents are humans, believe it or not. They like an easy life as much as anyone else. And they have got influence. If the seller's chosen an agent they trust, which they generally do, they just then find out later down the line they don't really trust them. The agent has more influence than the buyer would like to think as to which buyer that seller's going to choose. So
it sounds like you're kind of, some of your advice to buyers then is you're someone's selling you a house, but you're kind of selling yourself.
Yes.
You've got to, you're kind of going for an interview.
Yes.
You've got to present well. You've got to get the right information across.
And some buyers really don't like that idea. They're like, just forward it onto the landlord.
I'm spending all this money. It should be.
Yeah, I know you've got to put it to them. You're right. I do have to put it to them, and I will put it to them for sure. But I'm also going to be advising them who I think they should be proceeding with. And if you're being an absolute arse now, it's not going to be you.
It's not going to be you.
Because I don't want myself or my client to be in a situation with an arse 3 months down the line, when you're already being showing that you're really not nice to deal with. So, and people underestimate that because they think, just put it through in writing like you're supposed to do your job and come back to me. Okay, sir, no problem at all. So we do. But there's very, very rarely with that person with that level of attitude get a property purchase agreed.